Hey everyone, my name is Levi and I have maladaptive daydreaming disorder.
My voice sounds very deep this early in the morning.
Ignore the thing behind me, it's literally just the poster that says M. M could stand for anything. Melon. Today I'm just gonna do something fun. It's just a few small quizzes, just because why not? Alright, so this is Do You Have Maladaptive Daydreaming? It has more than 70,000 responses, bruh. Jeez, how old is this? Hey! I did it. I don't think there are any other tests to see if you have MD, at least not at the time of posting this. Well, there's a ton now. So like if you just type in, do I have maladaptive daydreaming disorder? You will get a lot of quizzes. Alright, the higher the percentage you get, the more likely you are to have MD. This is not a professional diagnosis, especially since MD isn't even a recognized disorder yet, but it is real. It's definitely real. I mean, the amount of people who have it, you know, and they all share the same symptoms and the same, like, just everything about MD, like everything's the same regardless of people being complete strangers, which is definitely not a coincidence. Don't at me, I know some science, some basic science, which means I am correct. Do you often find it hard to get out of bed due to excessive amounts of daydreaming? Yeah. I would wake up at like 6 a.m. in the mornings and I'd have to feed my cat, even though she wakes me up at 4 recently. I really struggle to actually get up at 6 because I always think, nah, I want to go back to bed and I want to like daydream. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna say yes. Could you have you wasted hours doing nothing but daydreaming? Yes. Have any of your daydreams ever taken on one or more of these themes? Violence, idealized self. So violence, yes. Idealized self, yes. Power and control, yes. Not from my parami though. Detention, I don't know. Okay, so not detention. I'm not really sure what that means. Rescue and escape, yes. Yes, a lot of rescue and escape. And or sexual arousal. I wouldn't say sexual arousal, but that could be just because I'm asexual. I'd say yes, just because most of these things happen. I like how on the side it says similar quizzes, and then there's just this one that says, does your mom hate you? Alright, Mom. Just because the quiz told me that there might be a She's gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Alright, but there you have it. I sent my mother a harmonica. It's a threat! Mom, who's watching my videos and who was literally my first subscriber, I think. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I love you. Do you have a repetitive movement you perform while daydreaming? Note you might still have MD even if you do not do this. So I'm gonna say yes on this because when I was still in school, I had rhythmic movement disorder and I would like rock my entire body while listening to music. So I definitely had repetitive movement. Not so much anymore. I'd say I just like lie on my back and look dead. But I have caught myself pacing quite often. Do you ever listen to music while daydreaming? Yes. Whenever I hear music, my mind immediately goes to like, oh, this would make a cool music video. Thanks, brain. Do you think you have maladaptive daydreaming? Yes, I do have maladaptive daydreaming. Okay, that's very interesting. So most people scored at about 83%, which is very interesting to me. I wish I could actually see their answers. But I think this is actually very normal. I think most people score around here in the 80s, 90s. I can't remember. I think I saw a statistic like that sometime. January 2014, dude. And it has more than 290,000 takers. Jeez, bruh. For anyone who thinks they suffer from maladaptive daydreaming, MD. Yeah, you can see this is old because this is back when people still used MD instead of MADD. I made this because I could only find one quiz on the whole of the internet about this, so here we are. For those of you who don't know, MD is a condition where someone obsessively goes over daydreams in their mind for hours at a time. It is often associated with social anxiety and depression. Yes, I fully agree with that. It is commonly found in people who suffered abuse of any kind when they were a child. Are your daydreams triggered by music, films, books, or any kind of media? Yes. I don't really daydream that often, but when I do, it's about those things. Yes, all the time. Yes, but only music. Yeah, I'll say yes all the time. It's one of the reasons why I don't like to go to the movies. Because during the movie, like after an hour of the movie, my brain starts to panic. It's like, I need to daydream about this movie right now. And then it's like, oh, there's still an hour left of this movie. Great. I find it very, very difficult to finish movies. And that's why, like, when people invite me to movie nights, I'm like, I'm gonna suffer, so no thank you. So yes, I'll say yes all the time. In your daydreams, do you get emotionally attached to some of the characters? Oh my lord, yes. I have a very special connection with one character, and then a lot of the other characters I care deeply for, but they're not as big of a deal as the other guy. What? I'm not that mental. Thank you very much. That's funny. I love how that's an answer. Yeah, very, very close. So yes, I'm gonna choose this one. Do you find it hard to get up in the morning or fall asleep because you are daydreaming? I wouldn't say to fall asleep, but I think that's because I go to sleep at like 2 a.m. When I go to bed, I go to bed. But when I wake up, yes, it takes me quite a while to get up because my brain is like, now is the perfect time to daydream. You're relaxed, you can close your eyes. If someone walks in on you now, it just seems like you're sleeping. I wouldn't say this one. I would say I generally find it hard to get out of bed without daydreams. Yes. If you daydream, do you have a repetitive motion that you do whilst daydreaming? I had rhythmic movement disorder when I was in school, so that was ideal for having MADD because the two went like hand in hand or finger in finger. Don't worry about it. But I don't do it anymore, but I do pace sometimes. So yeah, I don't daydream, so I don't do that. Then why are you taking this quiz? Sorry. I get so aggressive about these things and I don't know why. Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes, I do it subconsciously because sometimes I pace and then when I've wasted so much time, my brain sort of snaps out of it. Oh, I've actually been pacing for quite a while, so yeah. Do you think music especially triggers your daydream? Yes. If I hear music that I actually like, I start seeing these music videos in my head. And I actually try to animate one of the daydreams that I had that related to one song, but maybe I'll finish it and I'll post it on YouTube, a little animatic, but it's definitely gonna get claimed. But likewise, when I hear music that I absolutely despise, like Afrikaans, it just puts me in a bad mood because my brain is like, you are hearing music which you hate. Why is you listening to music that you hate? And the same with like when I walk in the stores and I hear Christmas songs and my brain's like and I remember I spoke to my therapist about this. I'm like, I don't know why I become so aggressive when I hear Christmas music in the store, and she actually gave me like a really good tip. She was like, you know, when you're in that situation, just like ask yourself, why am I actually mad about this? Like, what is there to be angry about Christmas music? And I was like, it's annoying. It's not even Christmas, it's August. So if you guys ever deal with anything that like annoys you or whatnot, just think to yourself, like, why am I actually mad about this? I've followed that like thought process for a while now, and it really helps me to just, you know, when something upsets me, I ask myself, but what's the point of being mad about this? So it helps, it really does. So I'm gonna, yeah. Do you consider yourself socially awkward or shy? Yes, I'm very socially awkward. Yeah, I'll say it depends on who I'm around. Who features most often in your daydreams? I know they can all feature, but pick one that features most of all. Fictional characters. Do you have one daydream or many? Sorry about that! Sorry, sister-san. Sorry, sister-sama. Oni-chan. Why am I like this? Okay. I'd say I have way too many to count because if I think about it, I remember each one and I can write them down. But I don't have just one. I have one that's like the main one, but I have a bunch of other ones as well. Hey, I'm a maladaptive daydreamer. Cool, you scored the highest on all questions. You are definitely a maladaptive daydreamer. But don't worry, there are a lot more people than you think who have very similar problems. Me, for example. I like the little face. It's like, yeah, we're in this together. I personally think that MD can be a good thing if you are creative. It can have amazing inspiration for creative writing. Sorry, you didn't say creative writing, but for creative writing or artwork. But once it gets to the point where you can't properly function and the only thing you want to do is daydream, then you know that's not right. Although MD has only really been recognized as a disorder in the last few months, there are still lots of websites and forums that you can join and talk to others who have similar stories. If you want to talk to people who understand or just to know that other people have very similar problems, my advice would be talk to your family or friends about it. It seems crazy and impossible to try and explain what is essentially a mental disorder, but believe me, once you tell someone, it is a massive weight off your shoulders. Until then, stay strong. Brofest! Brofest! Hey! I love to see my fellow PewDiePie fans. That's awesome. I know I digress with this, but I just want to say something about Felix. I know a lot of people don't like Felix, and that's perfectly fine. But I think he has grown so much as a person. He recognizes his mistakes of the past, and I think he really became such an inspiration. Felix is my main inspiration, and I absolutely love his videos. So, hey, whoever made this quiz, you are awesome. Brofist webcam. No, I think this is a really cool quiz. I'll also link all of these, by the way, if you want to go and do it. But yeah, I think that the person who made this has a very good point. It has a good side to it. MD has this way of being a good coping mechanism, and it's good for creative things like writing or artwork, but it's also very problematic. So it's like a 50-50, people hate it or people love it, but for me, I'm like on the fence, and I still want to make a video about that as well. But hey, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks again for all the support. I definitely appreciate it, as you guys know. Yeah, so if you liked the video, feel free to press like. If you'd like to see more maladaptive daydreaming related content in the future, feel free to subscribe. Take care of yourselves, make good choices, unlike me.